Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Finneran. I'm Rowan's mom in 2K. I'm so happy that you guys are celebrating Diversity Week. I'm here to read you the story, Tom's Special Talent by Kate Gaynor. Hi, my name is Tom. You see him right there? My school is a big yellow building right in the middle of Firstwood, the town where I live. There are lots of other boys and girls in my class as well as my teacher, of course. Her name is Miss Jolly. Miss Jolly is a great teacher. Every day we learn something different and exciting. Like today, when we all learned about the world's famous artists and where they live. There are some parts of Miss Jolly's class that I enjoy more than others. I love when Miss Jolly plays her guitar and we sing songs and paint pictures with our big, thick paintbrushes. I think I would like that class too. Wouldn't you all? The only part of the school day I don't really like is when we practice our reading and writing. This is the part of the day that I think is kind of hard. Miss Jolly says that reading and writing are an important part of going to school, and that is why we spend a lot of time practicing these things in the classroom. When it is my turn to read from a book or from the board, I feel worried and afraid that I may get the words wrong. I'm not as good at reading as some of my friends. That's a tricky feeling, huh, boys and girls? I'm sure some of you all might feel that way too sometimes. I know I did sometimes in class when I was growing up. Miss Jolly says that all boys and girls have very different ways of learning. Some people find learning harder to do than others, but we all have special talents that are unique to us. Just look around the classroom at all of your friends, said Miss Jolly. Everyone has a special talent for something. Some of you might be really good at adding fractions. Some of you might be really good at basketball and might be challenged at playing baseball. We all have different things that we're good at, just like Tom. When someone finds reading, writing, or spelling hard to do, this is something sometimes called dyslexia. It doesn't mean that you are not as clever as your friends. It just means that you have to practice a bit harder at the things you find difficult to do. I'm good at playing games, singing songs, and feeding my dog Bonnie. My dad says it's easy to be good at things when you practice a lot. One day at school, our principal, Mrs. Barry, made a surprise announcement. Our big yellow school is going to be 50 years old next Wednesday, she said. So we will have a celebrate our school competition. All the boys and girls will have to use their talents to create something they think celebrates their time at school. Then the very best story, poem, or painting will be printed in the local newspaper where everyone will see it, explained Mrs. Barry. That's quite a contest, huh, boys and girls? I wonder what you guys would all do if you were celebrating Burr. When we all went back to class, everyone was talking about the competition and who the winner might be. Later that day, I had my special reading time with Miss Jolly. During this time, we used lots of different ways to help me learn my words and spellings. But that day, instead of reading and spellings, we talked about the big competition. I think I would like to paint a picture of all of my friends, I told Miss Jolly, showing how each and every one of us has a special talent. Great idea. That is a really great idea Tom has. Every day after school, I worked hard on my poster. First, I drew a giant square with a space for everyone in my class. There was John, who was not very good at writing, but is great at football. Sadie, who finds math hard to do, but is great at reading. Jane writing one of her stories, and Greg writing one of his funny poems. Very soon, there was only one space left on the poster for me and my special talent. I don't think I have a talent at all, I told my mom sadly. I'm not very good at reading like Sadie or writing like Jane. How about your talent for painting and drawing? Laughed Mom, looking at my poster. I suppose you're right, Mom. I smiled. I do have a special talent, too. The next day at school, we all gathered in our school hall and waited for our principal, Mrs. Barry, to decide the winner of the Celebrate Our School competition. I wonder who it's and the prize goes to Tom and his wonderful poster of talents, announced Mrs. Barry. Maybe Tom will become a famous artist someday, and I will tell my new pupils all about him, said Miss Jolly with a proud smile. All of my friends clapped and cheered. Mrs. Barry said that my poster showed everyone how important it is to have respect for other people's talents and weaknesses, because those are the things that make us special. Now it's over to you. Why don't you tell me all about your special talent? So think about the things that you're good at, boys and girls. Okay. Maybe if you get a chance, you can write about what your well, I hope to see you all soon, boys and girls. Happy Diversity Week!